Hey, good morning YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all of my friends on MySpace. It's Brendan coming at you from Top Secret Imports in Durham, North Carolina. Today we're going to be bringing you a couple of walk-around videos on some new inventory that just arrived from port. In fact, this stuff is so fresh, it still has the port writing on it. We're going to take you all around these units, talk to you a little bit about them, and show you all of the benefits and features of these 1999 facelifted models. Check it out. All right, first up here, we have the 1999 Suzuki Carry Turbo. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the 99 Carry in general and a little bit about the Turbo variant. So the 1999 Suzuki Carry was, I believe, the fourth generation of Suzuki trucks, sold as the Carry in truck form or as the Every in the van. Now, the powertrain and drivetrain in the 1999 Suzukis, much like many of the others, were upgraded for 1999, where they modernized the fuel system and went from carburetors to fuel injection. And depending on the tune, the turbo variants actually varied between 52 and 64 horsepower. A lot of people don't realize that the turbos came with different factory tuning depending on the variant and options and things like that. So this particular model, again, beautiful 1999 facelifted Suzuki Carry Turbo. This one we've imported, of course, through our export partner in Japan, Trademaster Co. Limited. So a couple of the notable changes in the 1999 models, of course, include the wheel forward semi-bonneted design with the elongated wheelbase. Like many of the trucks, or all of the trucks in 1999, these were widened as well as lengthened to meet the new K-car standards and improve their performance in a crash. This particular model, again, coming in through our partner Trademaster Co. Limited, comes to us fully serviced. You do have a set of aftermarket wheels as well as brand new tires. As always, you're getting the brand new battery and all of the maintenance services completed and ready to go. So when your truck hits port, it is truly ride and drive. Now, full disclosure, when these trucks arrived, we went ahead and washed off a little bit of the port grime because, you know, after about 35 days at sea, a few days at port on either end, they will come in a little dirty. But again, like all of the units we're bringing in through Trademaster, this one is really spectacular. I mean, very few minor dents and dings around the body and bed. Again, always indicative of its 25 years of service overseas, and really just a great little truck. This one, like so many of the turbos, is fully optioned. So in the cabin here, you have, of course, an airbag steering wheel. You do have your factory air conditioning. I'm not sure what angle my camera is shooting at here. The compressor button to engage the air conditioning system on and off. And then, of course, you have your 5-speed manual transmission and a selectable 4-wheel drive system with 2-speed transfer case. So you can select between 2 high, 4 high, as well as 4 low. This model did arrive with some Japanese market seat covers, a really nice set of factory Suzuki rubber floor mats. Of course, the upgraded and increased size cabin features a larger glove compartment, a little tray here, although what you could possibly keep in that location at that angle is beyond me. Again, you see a Carrozzeria upgraded head unit. Now this one, of course, seems to be a 90s upgrade, as it still features a cassette deck. I am not sure if this may have possibly been an upgraded factory option, but this is probably the first time I've seen a 99 with a Carrozzeria or Pioneer branded tape deck from Japan. You do, of course, have the factory ashtray, which does show some signs of use, and a 12-volt outlet that would allow you to either utilize the cigarette lighter or plug in a little charger. Again, 1999 model, features that increased cab space, that factory airbag, nice loud horn, and some additional crash safety thanks to its widened and lengthened design. So here, the semi-bonneted design on the Suzuki does have a little hood pull underneath the dash to the right of the steering column. And if you come around the front, You'll see that that little bonnet will pop open. And of course, like all the little cars and trucks of this era, you've got a little latch to release, then a tiny little hood prop here. And then as you can see, like all of the trucks did in '99 with these semi-bonneted design, they relocated a couple of the items that were previously found in the cabin or under the truck. So you've got your brake fluid reservoir here, of course your engine coolant expansion tank, your factory jack, as well as jack handle, and your windshield washer fluid. You've got your wiper motors, your radiator and radiator cap, all very accessible here under this semi-bonneted design. The headlights in this truck show beautifully. After 25 years of age, this truck looks like it was very well cared for. I don't necessarily see signs that this truck received a repaint at any point in its life. And in fact, best I can tell, it looks largely original and just really in great condition. I mean, you can kind of tell where there was a little touch-up paint on the tailgate used probably during one of the biannual inspections there in Japan. Now this unit does feature the underbed toolboxes, which we'll unlock and show you the inside of here shortly. But again, just looking around this truck, when you look underneath, around the frame, the rocker panels, pinch welds, things like that, you'll see that like all of our units that we're importing through Trademaster Company Limited, this one is just as clean as the next. Some of these areas to look out for, whether you're buying, importing, or you know, looking to import your own K-truck, you're always wanting to check under the mats, and just all of those little areas that are notorious for rust. So I don't know, not much to say about this other than that this is an absolutely gorgeous little truck. The Suzuki Carry Turbo is a very rare model compared to the naturally aspirated units. And again, this one comes much like all the other turbos, just fully loaded with all of the factory options. Again, inside of the driver's cabin, underneath your floor mats, underneath the factory rubber floor liner, as you can see here, just an absolutely gorgeous truck. Now, this is a mid-engine truck, so of course the Suzuki here, you're going to have access to your engine under your seats. We're not going to take too deep a dive on the access and all of that, but of course, engine bay directly under your seats here. So you've got your valve cover, your oil fill right here under the passenger seat. Little new Japanese market battery there. Not sure if we're getting a very good angle, but look at just how spotless. I mean, even that heat shield down bottom, hopefully my camera is catching that. Just beautiful, no rust. Really a truck that was clearly well taken care of and probably garaged for much of its life. So this does have a digital odometer on it. So off the top of my head, can't quite remember the miles or kilometers that this one has on it, but we'll turn this key on and start it up here. We've got 79,749 original kilometers. So that's going to be right about 48,000 US miles. Of course, these fuel injected trucks start right up. There's no difference in idle depending on air temperature or whether or not your engine is warm or cool. The 99s do have your VIN plate here in the door jamb with your VIN, engine code, displacement, factory color code, things like that. So there you go, 1999 Suzuki Carry Turbo, new and in stock here at Top Secret Imports. This one again brought to us from Trademaster Company Limited. Give those guys a follow, check them out. Give us a follow, check us out. We've got lots of stuff coming in from Japan soon. Much of it is on our website. Lots of new units will be added soon. And of course, those are all available either to directly import to a port of your choosing or to purchase through us once they arrive here at our retail facility in Durham, North Carolina. All right, so there it is, the 99 Suzuki Carry Turbo. Like all the other trucks, we're gonna take you for a quick ride in this one, show you its on-road prowess and usability. So follow along and subscribe if you're not. Goodbye. I'm gonna slip out in traffic here. In first gear, in the Turbo Carry. The guy behind me decided to change lanes because he didn't realize I was going to cut through the first lane to get over here into the left. And again, this Turbo Carry now, this thing is moving. You might be able to see my support vehicle next to me. We got a little metal rattle. Oh, I got my bedside, fold down bedside rattling down there. So I'll try and give you a little point of view here of what we deal with up and down South Miami, so that you kind of can see what's up with these driving videos I do. So, all right, so we're in third, and all right, so we're in third, heading up a hill, shifting 60K, and this is the Turbo Carry now. We're cresting the hill, so acceleration is much better. Upshift into fifth. And as you can see here, we have no problem getting right up to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles per hour. I'm just maintaining here up the hill, especially with the traffic in front of me. This traffic tends to slow down over this hill. Here comes my support vehicle, catching some rollers. All right, back to the camera here. Safety first, or third as the saying goes. Oh boy, we've got some activity on the side of the road up ahead. No, that's on the service road beside the highway. All right, so the 99 Suzuki Carry Turbo, super capable vehicle. I'm rolling 110 kilometers an hour, just kind of hanging with traffic here. This is, like we've talked about with these trucks, a mid-engine truck, so you do have a bit more engine noise and vibration here directly under the cab in these mid-engine trucks. But again, we'll get off onto the secondary road so I can show you a little bit more on the performance. Wheel forward design, again, pretty stable on road. You do have the power steering and the airbag. Fully optioned turbo models typically had all of the other factory equipment, air conditioning and ABS and all that stuff. So very capable little truck. I'm going to turn left here as we go over these tracks. This person in front of us in this van, though, they are crazy slow, so we're just going to deviate from our path a little bit here, take you down parallel with the train tracks. This part of East Durham here, actually there's still some rail spurs off into some industrial properties over here where they still ship and receive material by rail. Pretty cool. This is just sort of rural East Durham here, so I'm on kind of a straight country road. You know, very quickly shifting through the gears up into fifth. We do have a little of that bedside, fold down bedside rattle. You can probably hear that in the background. Again, getting right up into fifth gear, going 100 kilometers an hour. Again, that's about 62 miles an hour. The K-trucks, depending on the gearing, depending on the model, depending on the options and terrain, you're really fine to use them from, you know, off-road, country use, creeping along, crawler gear, sub 5 miles an hour, all the way up to 65, 75 miles per hour if, you know, speed limits and state laws allow. A little right-hand turn here. Again, downshifting really late into fourth, and then mid-turn into third. Because you're again not really counting on that engine braking in these the way you would in a regular manual vehicle. Case in point here, light ahead just turned from green to yellow to red. I'm still in fourth, decelerating now all the way down to like 40 kilometers an hour, downshifting into third, and then rolling to a stop from third as I downshift into second. Since second gear is my effective first gear, right? We're gonna not take off in first. So we're on a little bit of a downhill here, and give you a little bit of this point of view footage while doing so. See if I can do it like this for y'all. All right, so taking off in second. Of course, we have the left turn lane here with the flashing yellow with the oncoming traffic ahead. So we're just gonna roll to a stop, leaving ourselves in second gear. Boom, a little dark under the underpass here. We'll show you this takeoff period here. We're gonna sneak between these two vehicles maybe. Might be getting the green arrow here, yep. All right, so quick little hop onto the on-ramp. Second, up to third. Heading up a very steep hill here. Hopefully my GoPro is not dying. That's 40 kilometers per hour as I upshift into fourth. And as you can see now, as we're coming up to the top of the hill, rapidly approaching 90 kilometers an hour, or 55 miles per hour approximately. It's not the exact math, but it's close enough. And oh yeah, that's right, my fifth gear is geared a little lower in this truck than some others. It almost sounds like you should have another gear once you wind it up into about 65, 70 miles an hour here. The gearing in the Suzuki Carry at about 68 to 72. She's wound a little tight, but again, really just very capable little unit here. As you can see, we're catching up to the people in front of us. So we're gonna turn on our blinker and jump into the left lane here. As you can tell, coming back around the bend, heading back towards the shop. Again, this is all 55 mile per hour zone right in this little stretch. Support vehicle coming up beside me. Great opportunity for some high-speed rollers. Dang, I don't know if you can see that. Somebody took out the one pole of that street sign there. All right, coming up to the top of the hill here, 100 kilometers an hour, about 62 miles per hour. We've got this little roller coaster ride as we come back towards the shop. And at the light here, it goes down to a 45 mile per hour zone. Oh boy, we've got people taking right on red right in front of this person next to me. Glad they didn't move over on me. What a surprise. A Hyundai. Again, the Elantra is not exactly known for its reliability. Public service announcement from a car dealer and somebody in the car business. They're fine. They're fine. Just not known for reliability. So there you go. Coming up on South Miami, 1331, baby. Here we are. Now play chicken into the turn lane here. We roll back into the shop. I'm gonna downshift very late into fourth and actually start my turn in fourth into the shop. All right, so next up for today, we're gonna show you around this little 6th gen 1999 Subaru Sambar. Now this unit is also fresh from port through our export partner, Trademaster Co. Limited in Japan. And just like the other 1999s that we've been showing you, this absolutely gorgeous facelifted Subaru Sambar has been widened and lengthened to meet the new K-Car requirements. Again, giving it improved performance in the crash testing, as you do have a bit more of a crumple zone and improved side crash reliability. So the 99 Sambar, like many of the other trucks for this year, does feature this semi-bonneted design. However, Subaru did not make this an active bonnet with any storage underneath. So while we show you around this truck, do understand that despite the semi-bonneted design, there's actually no storage under the front bonnet of this truck. It's simply a body panel. So like the other 99s, you do have the fuel injected drivetrain changing over from carburetors on all the vehicles in 99. Of course, you have a single point fuel injection system in the earlier models, and then giving way to a multi-point fuel injection system in some of the later 99 models. But this gorgeous unit, again, facelifted 1999 Subaru Sambar, just absolutely gorgeous. This one, like all the others, you know, exported by Trademaster Company Limited, imported by us here at Top Secret Imports in Durham. This one features, again, brand new tires, brand new Japanese market battery. All of the basic maintenance services have been completed. So you've got your oil and filter changed, you've got your brake fluid flushed and changed, your coolant has been flushed, new radiator cap, new plugs, new wires, and anything else that it needs to be ready to ride and drive. The Subaru Sambars are a non-interference engine, so the timing belt is always confirmed as good or having been done at a reasonable maintenance interval. And of course, if it is old, original, or showing signs of age and cracking, that would also be replaced prior to sale. Inside the cabin of the 99 Sambar, of course, you have that increased size in the cabin thanks to its elongated design, and then many standard and optional features throughout. So this unit here does have a airbag steering wheel, so you've got driver's airbag. You do have the optional factory air conditioning. This one does feature the 5-speed manual transmission with extra low gearing. Now the Subaru Sambars are a part-time 4-wheel drive system, so of course you have your push button selector here on top of your gear shifter, and then this is only a single speed transfer case with the extra low. So you have 4-wheel high and 2-wheel high. There is no 4-low function in this vehicle, but extra low is a bit of a crawler gear and is very capable in treacherous situations, terrain, steep climbs, things like that. This one still has the factory AM radio that came with the truck when it was new. Of course, you have sort of a increased size glove box. You do have the little Subaru tool roll in here. Your lug wrench sitting separately. The other couple of tools are still in the roll there. And of course, the rear engine configuration in the Sambar means that you do have a little more space and usability. You do have your driver's seat on sliders. The rear seat does have a little adjustment to the angle. So there is a little adjustability on these factory seats, but not a great deal. Like so many of the K trucks, these were really designed for utilitarian use. So again, really clean truck, you know, little bit of dirt and grime up around the top of the cab, a little bit of dust and grime showing on that headliner, a couple little breaks in the vinyl on the driver's bolster and at the first seam in the seat, but otherwise really in great shape. There is some wear through the rubber floor mats. They are the all-weather mats, which are factory Sambar all-weather mats. Of course, you have your rubber floor liner below that and some of those key places to check out as far as the quality, condition, and rust or lack thereof under your floor mat, bottom of your doors, pinch welds, etc. Like the Suzuki, you do have your VIN plate here on the driver's pillar or strike panel here on the outside of the open door. And yeah, again, new tires. Now, actually, full disclosure, these are new-ish tires, but once again, those are a studless cold weather tire and are going to be less than ideal for the hot summer months in the Carolinas. So this might be something that you would want to upgrade to a good all-season tire or even a summer tire here in the Southeast. But again, just looking around the 99 Sambar, condition-wise, this thing is just absolutely spectacular. You do have the tri-fold bed sides. Of course, the rear engine hatch that opens for access to your valve cover, plugs, wires, and oil fill. And then, of course, the engine cover on top in the rear of the bed. You have a lot of access when working on the Sambar, and they are widely considered the most user-friendly trucks when it comes to DIY service and repairs. But again, just looking around and under this truck, you see the frame has been cared for and coated or painted over the years. Again, we've talked about this before. This is really done a lot as a preventative overseas, and there's really no rust or corrosion that I see starting anywhere, other than a couple of little bits of surface rust in and around some of the corners and where you can find some broken paint underneath and things like that. So again, 1999, 6th generation Subaru Sambar, fuel injected, semi-bonneted design, increased crash performance, really beautiful truck, fresh from port, again through our export partner Trademaster, and available here at Top Secret Imports in Durham, North Carolina. So just like the other 99s that we featured, we're gonna go take this one for a little drive up and down the street, show you how it compares, talk to you about its performance on road, and yeah, we'll give you the full rundown like we have on all the other units. All right, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, places where you can subscribe, follow. My MySpace is hopping. That's a place to message us and hang out and add me to your whatever list that was back in the day. I don't know, I actually never had MySpace. You're gonna want to take off in second. That's gonna give you a much longer period before you're shifting up into third. So like all the rest, you're gonna have a little longer run, taking off in second, get it into third. That's going to get you up to about 70 kilometers an hour, or about 42 miles per hour, the way the Sambar is geared. This one, like the Hondas, has the little tick marks on the speedometer to let you know when to exit first, second, and third gear, and then it gives way to your own judgment for fourth and fifth. So I'm going about 90 kilometers an hour down the road. I forgot my support vehicle needs to be in the lane next to me. I think we're going to get a couple rollers on this guy as well. But here we are approaching that first light up the hill from our shop. And we're just going to get in line to take off, head down this little stretch of highway. Again, we just like taking you along for the ride as we run it through the gears, kind of show you its on-road capabilities. So here we are, heading uphill at a stoplight, right? So your natural inclination would, of course, be to go to first gear when taking off. But in the K-trucks, you're definitely able to take off in second gear, even if you are on a little hill, as I'm about to illustrate. All right, so taking off up a hill, second gear. Nice and quiet, smooth running, smooth revving little engine. We're downshifting or upshifting into fourth rather as we come up on about 70 kilometers an hour again. As I approach 90 or 55 miles an hour, I run right up on traffic that's going now about 15 miles per hour under the speed limit here. And they are continuing to slow down. We are on the highway, folks, and they are going 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. All right, here we are coming up on 55 miles per hour. We're kind of hemmed in by some traffic at the moment, but watch this. 99 fuel-injected K-truck. I mean, good Lord, people. We're passing that person while doing the speed limit, if that gives you any indication of what we were dealing with there. Now we're definitely opening up into a little higher traffic section here. And rather than take you all the way around the block like I did in the other one, I'm just going to run this one up to the exit that we used the other day. We're doing about 115 kilometers an hour right now, so right about 70 or so. We've got some absolutely ridiculous traffic out here in East Durham. As you can see, the person in front of me that is making evasive action with an enclosed trailer, literally changing lanes from the off-ramp lane back into traffic, passing everybody on the right. Just real premium quality individuals right there. let's jeopardize everybody else on the road to make up about 0.3 of a second. Fancy themselves, I guess, Randy Popst in their 20-year-old Silverado and enclosed trailer. All right, so again, just giving you a little rip in the 99 Subaru Sambar. Again, like we talked about, these trucks all went to fuel injection in 99, coil on plug, really efficient air conditioning systems. I mean, this is on fan speed too. It's blowing ice cold, really nice temperature in the cabin. It is not quite 147 degrees out here today like it was last week when we filmed. It's only like 113. So real quick, we're just gonna flip this one around. So I'm remaining in third as we flip this exit here. And hopefully the camera can pick it up with the difficult light conditions. But here we are in third gear. And we're gonna take this up to about 65, 70 kilometers an hour. Again, going up this steep hill here, as I upshift into fourth, we do fall out of the power band a little bit. It takes a quick second to recover, but here we are at 90 kilometers an hour. Gonna upshift into fifth here at about 95 kilometers an hour, 60-ish miles per hour. Now we're gonna run this loop back to the shop, about 110, 108 kilometers an hour here. Just trying to obey the speed limit. This is a little section of 65 mile per hour roadway, which as we take this double off ramp to Highway 70, drops us down to 55 again. We'll just kind of run this loop. I think one of my windows is open just a hair, so there might be some wind noise on this video. We've got emerging vehicle here coming onto the highway, so move over to the left for them. A courtesy that a lot of drivers don't provide others. Another PSA out there to all the people who drive every day, which is pretty much everyone in the United States. Like, courtesy is contagious, as the billboard says, right? So it's really, you know, moving over if you're slowing up traffic in the left lane. You know, moving over to allow people to merge onto the highway when there's nobody in the left lane. It's really just like little stuff. It would really make traffic flow better for everyone involved. And here's another great example, you know, of like, you have a couple of vehicles just kind of, you know, changing lanes, cutting lanes, and guess what? We all end up at the same stoplight. Hey, look at that. They bought their car 3 days ago. They have a 57-day temporary tag remaining on their vehicle. All right, well, there you go, guys and gals, the 2% of you that are. 99 Sambar, 99 Turbo Carry. Now, these are largely original trucks. Absolutely beautiful examples of what you can expect, whether you're importing through us, importing through our partner Trademaster, or buying direct off of our lot. Now, we know a lot of these trucks don't remain in their stock form. In fact, many people buy them to build them, personalize them, and make them their own K-truck. So behind us here, we have an example of a beautifully modified Honda Acti. We're gonna take you around a couple of our modified builds, show you what is possible, give you some ideas and inspiration for your build, and give you some things to think about when you're shopping for your first or your next K-truck. We'll see y'all soon.